Hey, this is Dan Seifert with The Verge, and we are here in a high school in Chicago, and what we're looking at is the new iPad from Apple. Now, this is available to both consumers and students. It replaces the old 9.7-inch iPad, so this has a 9.7-inch screen, and there's a couple of new features with it. Internally, it's got the Apple A10X processor, and then it has support for the Apple Pencil, which I'll talk about in a minute. But otherwise, it is basically the same iPad that we've become familiar with over the past couple of years. Again, it's a 9.7-inch screen. It has Touch ID on the home button here. You've got speaker on the bottom. Of course, your lightning port, front-facing camera, rear-facing camera. Of course, this model is an LTE-equipped one, so it's got the panel here, and of course, your Apple logo. Very straightforward. There's nothing really new in terms of the design here. It is very much an iPad, but it is a little bit faster than the one that was released last year, thanks to that new processor. And then, of course, the big new thing, especially for consumers and educators alike, is the support for the Apple Pencil. This is the first time that the Apple Pencil has worked with an iPad outside of the Pro line. So you can use the Pencil, of course, to navigate things, but one of the things that they've been showing off here is new iWork suite, and one of the new ones is Keynote here. You can create presentations and draw and animate them with the Pencil. So even if you are creating a presentation and you make a drawing on there, you can actually, let's get to my drawing. I apologize, it's really bad, but there's my plant growing up out of the soil there, which I drew with the Pencil just a couple of minutes ago. So of course, and then it of course works with all of the other Apple Pencil supported apps, so you can use it to take notes, you can use it to draw, you can use it with any other app that uses the Apple Pencil. The Pencil is not included in it, however. It does cost $99 extra, which hasn't changed. It's not much of a surprise. It looks like an iPad, it feels like an iPad, it acts like an iPad. It is very much an iPad. It's nice to have the faster processor. It's going to be a little bit snappier than last year's model. Of course, the support for the Apple Pencil is great. I really would have liked to have seen the smart connector here. A lot of the demos that Apple showed off during its presentation were showing off things that you were creating for classes and things like that, and they require a lot of typing. Now, Logitech is making a case for this, which is like a rugged keyboard case, which will sell separately, but it would have been great to have the smart connector, because then you can use the smart keyboard, which is a lot slimmer and easier to use with the iPad. But otherwise, you know, it's an iPad. That's really all there is to say about it. It's going to be available at the same price as the last year's model. It's $329 for consumers, $299 for educators, so you get a little bit of a discount. And it's going to be available this week. For more on the new iPad and all the other stuff that Apple announced today at its event here in Chicago, be sure to check out TheVerge.com and subscribe to YouTube.com/TheVerge.